Welcome to the shop. I always look forward to your visit. Get yourself something to drink and let's get started. I recently received something from my uncle that used to belong to my grandfather. And it's this little outfit right here. This little glass topper and a little watch vise that it's carved out of wood. A couple of dowels there to keep it lined up and straight. And then there's a wing nut right here that you can turn with a spring in it, so it will open on its own. And this is something that did belong to my grandfather, and the whole outfit here goes together, and I want to explain a little bit. This is the watch face up is mainly for display purposes. This is not generally how my grandfather would have used this vise. He would have used it more in this fashion, where you can see all the parts, and he'd have been able to work on this. He'd been able to turn it around. This is a little vise as well with 4 different shapes on it. He could have even taken and used this along with a little vise like this, and he'd have been able to clamp it in there and keep it tight. He'd have been able to turn it at an angle if he needed to, whatever he needed to do to get that to work right. But when he was ready to take a break, or at the end of the day when the work was done, there are 2 enemies to a timepiece. First enemy was any kind of magnetic charge. Magnetism could not be in a timepiece. He had this little box beside his bench. It's this little plastic box with a button on it, and inside was a coil, and he would put the watch on top of that, and he'd hold that button down for a few seconds, and that would neutralize any kind of magnetic charge that there was in the watch. The other thing that was an enemy was dust. And so at the end of the day, he would take this little topper and he would set it on top of whatever it was he was working on, so that it would not collect dust throughout the night as it sat there. Then in the morning when he was ready, he would take that off and he'd be able to work on it again. But this is what was given to me by my uncle, and I want to use this as a display piece in our house. And what I thought I would do, in fact it was my wife's idea, is to make a little base that this can sit on, and that the whole thing will be able to be put there to demonstrate and be able to be viewed as a demonstration piece. So let's go make this base. This has been a lot of fun. I have thoroughly enjoyed going back and visiting some of the tools and memories that I have of my grandfather and the things that he used, and now we have another one here that we can display and be a showpiece here in the dining room. So I'm glad to have that. Thank you so much to my uncle who let me have this as a memory of him, and we've got a nice base now for it, and it should be here for a good long time. So thank you so much for joining me on this video. Hope that you will enjoy the things that have been passed down to you, and especially the memories that you have of family members that have passed, and maybe you get a chance to use their tools. I've had several of you, the viewers, contact me and mention that you had certain tools of theirs. One of these days I want to do a video of just pics from you guys that have sent me tools that you received from your father or grandfather, and so one of these days we'll get to that. But for right now, just thanks so much for joining me on this. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Give us a thumbs up if this was entertaining. Hope to see you on the next video. Have a great day and God bless.